everyone. My name is Marisa Stone with Simon Says Social and the Systems Lounge, and I want to welcome you today to the 2017 Business Systems Virtual Summit, where you get to learn all about all the systems that our speakers are using to get things done. And today I am so excited to have Kae Whitaker here. She is going to talk with us all about broadcasting for business. So let me tell you a little bit about her. Kae is the owner and CEO of Kae Whitaker Solutions, with over 10 years of experience in retail sales and marketing development. She now focuses on helping small businesses stay competitive in their respective market and surpass those revenue goals. Kae has worked with some of the nation's largest retailers and has now taken her expertise in retail sales and marketing development to create her premium coaching programs that help small business owners truly tune in to what matters most in their marketing efforts, streamline those processes, and maximize their clientele. Kae's highest achievements come through helping others to reach their goals, and she would love the opportunity to help you take your brand to the next level too. Kae, welcome to the summit.
Thank you so much for having me, Marissa.
I am so excited to jump into this conversation because I'm always preaching to my clients how important it is to get on there, get on camera, start broadcasting, start, engaging so that they can start really creating a connection with their audience. So I'm super excited to be talking about this with you today.
Yes, I'm excited to be here. I am a huge advocate for live broadcasting. I almost live and die by it now. So anytime I get an opportunity to talk to other entrepreneurs about the power of being live, I am ecstatic and ready to go.
Awesome. So let's just begin at the beginning. For those who may not know, what is broadcasting for business, or live broadcasting as you call it?
So live broadcasting is simply the act of, it's almost like having your own nationally syndicated TV show. It's really simple for entrepreneurs now to log online to platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and even Periscope still, where they can actually be live in conversation with an audience of people that are following them so that they connect with them on a more personal basis. So it's a really simple concept that social media has introduced that has really made the way we connect with our audiences a lot easier in real time.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. So why should an entrepreneur consider integrating this into their own business?
Well, in today's world, so I don't know how much of you guys have noticed, but everything is geared towards video marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is geared towards video marketing. So where YouTube used to be the spot for video marketing, about a year or two ago, Periscope was really hot and everybody was doing live video. Video is the preference for all social media networks. I don't care where you are, whether it be Twitter has Periscope, whether it be Snapchat is all about visual and video, whether it's Instagram is owned by Facebook, and Facebook, it prefers live video. That's what's showing up first in people's news feeds. And because that's where social media is going, it's important as a business owner that you keep in mind that in order for you to keep up, be relevant, be seen first, that you have to play in the field where social media is going. Right. So if you're going to video, then you have to learn how to do video. And the preference right now is live, that real-time interaction. That's what they're pushing. So since they're pushing it, they're putting their resources behind it. It's really good, and it's a really good practice to get in where they're already putting their resources so that you can reach your clientele quickly.
Yeah. So what about if I'm, a lot of my clients, they'll come to me and they'll say, well, I'm really not that techie. What would you say to the person that says, I'm really not that techie? Can I still broadcast?
Yes, you can. Yes, of course the answer is yes. Like, we would never say no.
I know.
And the great thing about live broadcasting is there's different levels. It's as easy as pulling out your mobile phone and literally pushing the live button. Now, granted, are there some strategies that you want to have in place? Yes, but you want to cloud your thoughts with all of that extra stuff. The main point here is just getting in front of the camera so that people can see the genuine heart of your brand and really understand who's behind it, who's pushing it, so that they can make a deeper connection with you and be ready to pull out their credit cards a lot sooner.
I know. Yeah. And we're definitely going to be talking about kind of that know, like, and trust factor piece
Yes.
later on in this interview. I think that's crucial to getting them
Huge.
to pull out that credit card. So let's talk about some of the different ways which I can broadcast. You've alluded to some of them because you know, pretty much every platform has a means to go live.
Right.
But what are some of the ways in which you go live?
So my preference above all is always Facebook. And the reason why it's Facebook is because there's billions upon billions of people there. So
Right.
the easiest way to get to a massive amount of people right now, I say, is Facebook. And later on, we'll talk about repurposing and different ways that Facebook makes it easy to do that.
Right.
Going live primarily from your business Facebook page.
Right.
And from there, I mean, literally, guys, it's opening up the app on your phone and almost creating a post like you would any other graphic post or text post. The option is live, press live, and the camera's already ready for you to go. And you just start to talk to the camera. On Instagram, you have the option to go live in Instagram stories. If you're not techie, then it's just an additional feature outside of what it's right up there at the top. And literally it's pressing your profile picture, swiping all the way to the right and hitting a button. You know, Twitter has Periscope, it's the same thing. It's downloading an app. It's really being accessible from your phone, your mobile device, even your tablet, so that it doesn't take a whole lot. You don't have to have a whole lot of setup in the beginning when you're just getting started. It's literally creating a post as you would anywhere else. But this time you're going to do video, you're going to speak directly into the camera, and that's it.
So what about, I mean, should I make sure my makeup is perfect and my hair is perfect and my outfit is perfect and all of these things are perfect before I go live?
No. Okay. So here's the deal. Do those things matter? Yes. You know, but that's more advanced, more, you know, your first point of contact should be getting comfortable.
Yeah.
It should be getting comfortable with the camera. If you normally do your makeup, you normally comb your hair, and you would show up all prim and proper and put together, then by all means do what you normally do. Right. But if that's not your jam, then don't sweat it. Right. The goal here is for when your audience sees you, they see you in your authentic self, so they know who they're getting. You cannot put on a mask. If that's not something you would normally do, then don't do it just to go live. Our whole goal in going live is to give an inside point of view of who that brand is, especially for those of you that are solopreneurs. You want people to see you for who you are so they can make an informed decision as to whether or not they're going to trust you, whether they like you in your natural habitat, and whether they're willing to do business with you the way that you're going to show up. So if makeup is not your deal, don't worry about makeup. If, you know, being all prim and proper is not your deal, don't worry about it. Do you want to lessen distractions? Of course. You don't want to broadcast in a messy room. You just don't want to do that. You know, so find a corner. That's clear. But if doing all of that is not how you would normally show up, then my answer is going to be no. Don't do it when you're going live, because that's not how you're going to show up, and that's not the vibe that you want to give to people that are considering going into business with you.
Right. And I think you hit the nail on the head when you said maintain your authenticity. If this is who you are, be who you are. Be who you are and show up as that person, because that's the person they're going to deal with all the time when they're working with you. Yeah.
Correct. And that's the person, the people that are for you and who you are going to be for you in who you are.
Right.
And those that don't, I think so many times as entrepreneurs, we like, okay, I have to please everybody. And pleasing everybody leaves you miserable while you're working. Yeah. So please who's for you to please. And if they don't like it, then fine. They can go away and go somewhere else. That's not, you know, but be who you are. And that's what is going to help you determine and book more sales.
Yeah, that's great advice. Mm-hmm. So I've seen people actually use broadcasting as a means to go live, and then I've seen them create videos and share them. What is your take? Which one is better? Should you be using a combination? Like, what is your take on that?
So I like the combination of both. I use live broadcasting as a tool to create content that can be repurposed in several different ways.
Right.
Pre-recorded video is great, but like I said at the beginning of the interview, these platforms are preferencing live video. So anytime you can go live, I'd say go live first, then take that video that you've done live, chop it up. You can do 30-second segments for your Instagram profile. You can do the same for Twitter. Take the content that you've already created and repurpose it so that you don't have to create new content, but instead you can spread it out across whichever platforms you're using and repurpose it, sending it all back to that initial video so that you get more organic reach on that initial live video.
Yeah. Now, do you leave those live videos in Facebook, or do you pull them down and upload them onto YouTube? What do you do with them?
So I take my videos, and there's a whole process for this, but the easy process, to sum it up, is I take them, I upload them to YouTube, and I use YouTube to put them on my blog. And the reason why I use YouTube is not because I want to send traffic to YouTube, but because I want to send traffic to my blog.
Right.
And building my blog, views on my blog will help build my views on YouTube. Right. So I'm kind of killing two birds with one stone. Right. Not focusing on the traffic on YouTube as much as I am on my blog, but absolutely placing them there so that there's more traffic going to YouTube, because Google ranks it automatically. Yep. So if they don't find my blog, they'll find my YouTube channel. And then from my YouTube channel, I'm always referencing my blog. There's always links back to my blog, but ultimately all roads lead back to my blog.
Yeah. And since Google owns YouTube, that's really a good plan anyway, because they plug those videos. Anytime you search anything, the first couple of things you see are videos.
It's video. It's video.
This isn't rocket science, folks. Yep. Just watch what Google does and you'll know what to do.
And you know what to do. So just to put it into perspective, think about it like this. So you do a live video. From that live video, now you've got YouTube content. You've got content for your blog. You've got several mini posts for your social media platforms, all stemming from this one live video. That's weeks worth of content that you can spread out, that is consistently driving traffic back to your website, ultimately getting people in a place where you control them, where you can offer opt-ins and upgrades and all that kind of good stuff. And it all started from a Facebook live video.
Yeah. Yeah, that totally makes sense. So let's talk a little bit about how broadcasting has impacted your presence on the web, and then how it can impact ours.
Yes. So up until about 1.5 years ago, I believe, is when I really got into broadcasting. Before, I was doing a lot of traditional online marketing, a lot of graphic posts, a lot of SEO marketing that takes a lot of time. I had my team working on a lot of stuff that was just time consuming, that, it produced results, but they were long. Like the time frame for conversion was long, sometimes months before that person that would enter my sales funnel would actually make a buying decision. Right. And then I discovered Periscope. I dibbled and dabbled with it in the beginning. I'm like, I don't want to learn a new platform. I just don't want to do it. And I'm being honest. I was like, I just don't want to learn it. And I'm sure that's the same story as a lot of people. Like, I've got this system created. It works. It may not work as fast as I want it to work, but gosh, I am not interested in learning yet another platform. Yeah. And at the time I had a team, and they were like, hey, Kae, it's hot. People are there, and they're there a lot. I really think, if nothing else, just give it a try for 30 days.
Yeah.
I said 30 days.
That's all you get.
That's all you get. You got 30 days to prove yourself. And if nothing happens in 30 days, I'm going back to what works. Yeah. Well, needless to say, in that 30 days, the first week was a little slow. It's just letting people know that you're there. But I started broadcasting consistently for 30 days. And what I found was that people were skipping the free offers and going straight to paid. So the traditional way you learn is, you make contact, you build value through your email list, through these free opt-ins, these email series, and then people convert. Well, what I found when I was doing the live broadcast is that people were skipping over the free offers and going straight to paid consultations. They were like, yeah, I've heard enough. I don't need your free offer. How do I work with you? Yeah. So people were going straight to the website, straight to the let's work together button. And I was like, wait, what happened? What's the difference? And they were like, well, I saw you on Periscope and you were talking like directly to me. And
Yeah.
guys, I didn't have a lot of people online. I might have had 15 people, 10 people online, because there's not a lot of people. You have to build momentum and people just don't know you're there.
Right.
10 people, and over 30 days, we started making over like $5,000 just in paid consultations.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, this works.
Yeah.
I was like, this works. And at that point, I was like, okay, how do we grow? How do we get more people in front of more people so that we can do more and help more people? And it was in that 30-day. And I was very skeptical.
Yeah.
And guys, when I showed up, I took them down my beginning videos. I was not prim. I was not proper. I halfway wanted to be there. I'm being honest. Lighting was not good. I was just there. I was present. And I was providing solutions to problems that people were having. And it's in that's the key. And through that, we were able to see some revenue come in that would take us months to close. So it was a much easier process for conversion that didn't require thousands upon thousands of people to be present. It was just being present for that small group that helped us book more clients. So I was convinced after that. I was like, all right, we're here. So whatever we need to do, I'm down for changing whatever we need to change. Let's focus on going live.
Let's do this thing. Wow.
And that's the same thing that can happen for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So let's talk a little bit. I know we alluded to some of this earlier when we were talking about how you can truly impact your audience by showing up and being authentic. But how does broadcasting truly impact our know, like, and trust factor in our audience?
Okay. So when you're in traditional marketing and you're creating graphics, you're creating text posts or whatever you're creating, for your social platforms, depending on where you are, people can't hear your voice. Right. They can read, but they can't really get a true understanding of demeanor, personality. Mm-hmm. They can't really understand if there's going to be a chemistry there. Like I say like a lot.
Right.
That doesn't show up in my verbiage. That doesn't show up in my copy because it's well planned.
Right.
But if I'm on video and we're talking, you can determine at that point, because you can hear me, you can see me, you can feel the emotion that's coming through. Mm-hmm. And it's that connection that happens a lot quicker than what it would in written copy.
Yeah.
So now we're on video. I'm looking directly into your eyes. Once I've learned how to do video, I'm speaking as if you're the only person in the room. Like, we are making a connection. Mm-hmm. And at that point, you're like, wow, I like Kae. Mm-hmm. I really like Kae. She gets me. I love her demeanor. She's funny. She's witty, whatever. However you want to describe the person that you're listening to. And it's in that moment that people are like, she's believable. I feel it. It seems authentic. I'm willing to trust her with my business to help me, or with my personal life, whatever your business targets. I'm willing to trust her to help me with my problems because of those things that you can get in a video. You can't do that in an email. You can't do that in the copy on your website. You can't do that in a post. It just doesn't happen. Not as fast. So there's a much faster know, like, and trust connection in video than it is in something that's generated through visuals and text. So that is what makes the difference for you.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. And nonverbal communication is so much a part of our ability to communicate. So at least in video, you may not be in the same place, in that same, location with that person, but you're still feeling a lot of those nonverbal cues. Yeah.
Body language, the way that they carry themselves, the way that they look on camera. Are they comfortable? It's those things. Right. It's nonverbal. It's like what you said, it's those nonverbal communication things that happen that you can pick up on that you cannot do in any other form of social media, which is why it is so powerful. If you can get on and be true to who you are, be you, because people will see through anything else.
Yep.
Can't be anybody else. People will read it the same way they pick up on your authenticity. It's the same way they will pick up on the lack of. Right. So, that's why it's so important to just show up, because elsewise people will see it and they make a decision whether they're going to do that and stay with you based on what they see in your videos.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit more about how broadcasting for business can truly impact revenue streams. So your experience the first time you really started getting on Periscope was that people were opting to go straight to paid programs. What else have you seen?
They are a lot more loyal. So when people come and see you, I know engagement is something that we struggle with online. We post something, we want people to like it, we want people to comment on it, we want people to share it. On top of, and everybody's not going to pay. So let me be very, very clear. You're not going to convert at 100%.
Right.
Not going to happen.
Right.
But some people will make a decision to move now, and some people will make a decision to go into your sales funnel. Either way, you should be a happy camper. Yeah. But for those people, there will be somebody that will never ever pay you for a product or service, but they will absolutely help your social proof. Mm-hmm. They will sing your praises on all of your other posts. Mm-hmm. They will share your content with their friends, their audience, and they will push your organic engagement way up. Yep. So now where you were struggling to get people to interact with other content, the people that have seen you live, and because they like you, they trust you, now they're interacting with you everywhere because they feel like they know you because they were on your live video. So now that social proof helps new people to engage with you when they come across you. And now they're like, oh wow, people really like them. They like their regular posts. So now let me see what they're like on video. So it drives traffic in so many different ways. So yes, you get paid, but it also builds your online authority is what we call it. It builds your platform so that when new eyeballs come to your page, they're excited about interacting with you because there are people that are interacting with you, confirming who you are based off of their activity with you on your live video.
Right, right. And I love the way that you broke that down for the audience, because it is just as important to have that cheerleader lurking or standing in the background and sharing everything as it is to have that person, you know, go into your high-end products and purchasing. I mean, you need a balance of all of the different types of people in your audience. So don't discount that cheerleader and that leader, you know, make sure you're still reaching out to that person, but certainly serving your VIPs as well.
Absolutely. And I think a lot of times we get frustrated. We're like, oh, they're always commenting, they always like it, but they don't buy anything. Right. So what?
Right.
So what? Treat them like they've paid for your top product.
Yep.
And they will continue to push you because inadvertently they may not have a need.
Right.
Just yet.
Right.
They might not have it yet. And there could be some other factors going on behind the scenes that you have no idea what's happening. So you continue to nurture that person and keep that cheerleader close, and they will be one of your biggest brand advocates without ever paying you.
Yep. Yep. And that's free advertising.
Free.
So really, in a sense, they're paying you.
They're paying you. They're helping you close other deals.
That's right. Just saying. You know? So talk to us a little bit. I know we are coming to the end of this interview, but one of the things that you work with on your clients is predicting what life can or will look like after broadcasting. Can you talk with us a little bit about that?
Yes. So use my story for an example. And this is the story that's common with most of my clients. Before broadcasting, long time to revenue. That's the simple process, you know, or longer time. I won't say long time, but longer time to revenue and more effort. You have to work more. You put in more hours, more sweat equity into your business in order to earn $1, which makes you less profitable because your time is money, right? Well, when you start to live broadcast, those efforts kind of cut in half. So now where you might have been working 40 hours a week, you can trim that down to maybe 25, 30 hours a week. And if you're paying yourself, even if you're not paying yourself, let's just put an imaginary price. If you don't believe that your time is money right now, that's fine. Right. But let's just say, you know, you're paying yourself $25 an hour to do what you do in your business. And let me pull out my calculator, 40 hours at $25 an hour is $1,000. So you've paid yourself $1,000. That's an expense. Okay. Right. So let's cut that, say, in half, because most times you can cut your workload in half if you're doing it on your own just by going live and using that video to repurpose some content. So let's say 20 times 25 is 500. Yeah. You have saved $500 in your business just by doing live broadcasting. Not to mention one of your consultations, you know, say you book 1 or 2 consultations a week, and let's just go on a low end, you're only charging $200. So now you've generated $400 in a week, where it might have taken you a month to generate that $400. So 400 times 4, that's $800. Now you've increased your profits by $1,300 just by doing one video.
Wow. Way to break it down.
So when you think about it like that, you're like, wait.
That's a pretty powerful vision into what life can be like after you start broadcasting.
Absolutely. If nothing more than just creating more time for you to do more things in business that count, for you to do things that are personal, for you to just really create more flexibility in your schedule, for you to do other things. It makes a world of difference. So even if it's just the time you want back, then look at those things.
Yeah, totally. That totally makes sense. So I know we're at the end of this interview, and I hate that because I'm enjoying this conversation immensely. But is there anything else that people need to know right now about broadcasting for business? I know we're going to dive much deeper in the second interview, but what can you leave them with right now?
Right now, if you are trying to get started and you're questioning whether or not this is something that's going to be profitable for your business, because let's face it, that's the bottom line. How does this help me be more profitable? Just consider what we talked about here. It doesn't take a whole lot to get started. You know, I know some of you are like super achievers, you're overachievers, you want everything to be perfect before you get started. You know, get over the perfect syndrome and just go, knowing that this is a platform that you can evolve. You can grow with it. You can use it to continue to grow in your own business. You don't have to start perfect. You just need to start somewhere so you can get some ammunition up under your belt to continue to grow and scale with this process. So just get started. Don't worry about everything else. Just go.
Yeah, totally agree with that. So before we let you go, how can people reach out to you if they want to work with you, check out some of your live broadcasts, you know, email you and ask you questions? How can they reach out to you?
So the easiest way to find me, if you want to go and check out some of our live videos, is on Facebook. I start there, and then most things go to the blog. So you can find me on Facebook at Kae Whitaker, and that's facebook.com/Kae Whitaker, KAEWHITAKER. If you're interested in working with me, you need a consultation, or you just need to figure out a process for getting this done, you can go to the website, KaeWhitaker.com, and there's a little button down at the bottom that says need one-on-one help. Just click there and send out a contact form, and we'll be in contact to help you out. There is a free offer, and I think I sent you the link, that just talks about, as a free gift, this isn't anything that you have to pay for. This is just a process that helps you improve your content. And in that, it talks a lot about video marketing, some different ways that you can use video marketing, and how you can take those videos and repurpose them and make them better. So if you want to just see how you can improve or get started, you're more than welcome to check out that link. It's a long URL, so I've sent it to Marissa for you to
It's in a button below. We made this really easy.
So just button below. It's an email series. It's 5 emails over the course of 10 days. Every day there's something actionable in there for you to do to improve the way you're creating your content. And outside of that, it's easy. So I'm cohesive across everywhere. Kae Whitaker everywhere. All you gotta know is how to spell the name. KAEWHITAKER.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Kae. I appreciate being here and sharing such amazing information with the audience today.
No problem.
Guys, stick around. If you are part of the All Access Pass, Kae and I are going to dive much, much deeper into broadcasting for business in the next interview. Click on the buttons below and reach out to Kae. Access this resource that she's sharing with you and figure out for yourself whether or not live broadcasting is something that you want to implement into your own marketing systems. So thanks, guys, for being part of the 2017 Business Systems Virtual Summit, and we will see you in the next interview. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.